Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Catwater Flame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live after how long?
About a month.
A while.
Don't worry about it. Over a month.
Almost 2 months, something
Maybe.
like that. Hi, everyone. You'll notice that this area looks different, much different from the splash page you were just looking at. The splash page will look different next week, or not next week, the next time we play Lancer. I'm working on rejiggering a whole bunch of stuff, particularly in the overlay area. So look forward to more this kind of thing. The big change here, obviously, is if you look down there, you'll see where we have our land down there. Figure out which way I'm flipped.
Down there.
Down that way. You will see we have our here. I can fix it. Down there. There we go. You'll see we have our lance display now, so that's going to be a thing. Basically, that's just going to be a running rotation of all of our active not all of our active lances, all of our lances, period, with size comparisons for the characters, which can get really hilarious where Maul's concerned.
Yeah, she just popped up on the screen.
Yeah.
I looked over.
That will I will be expanding upon that as we go, just so you all are aware of changes coming to the overlay. It's not all done and active yet, but I'm working on it, so enjoy the look as it goes. Anyways, I now pass it back off to Cody.
All right. Welcome back. We'll be picking up after we from where we left off. However time works long ago.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Time's an illusion. Anyways,
that's why he keeps tricking me.
Yeah. Oni had just finished, or had just spent the last few hours watching the underground scene of mech fights on the planet of Thelia. You guys are there to look for prospects, anybody that might be looking for work or want to join up with your company. While Ma, Sparky, Astrid, and Valkyrie all went to basically enjoy a night out on the town, watching the pro mech wrestling fights. It's been a few hours. I believe the last fight was finishing up at the end of the last session for the group that was out on the town. And then
because I've already gotten several people that are like, hey,
we're interested.
We're interested, and basically give them the location of the ship, so that they can bring their lances around, or their mechs around, because not all of them have lances.
Only one of them does.
Yeah, only one of them does. So we can do the full crew interview.
Yep. So they've gotten that. We'll cut to the group that's out. The last fight is finishing up. What would you four like to do, as being dictated by the two of you?
As I say.
Yes.
We're short the most talkative of the group.
Yes. and Craig asked me to pilot more, which in this particular scenario is a bit of a mistake.
Here we go. Here, this is Maul.
Well,
Just going and going.
Anyway.
Assume this is talking about the wrestling show.
I would hazard to say that Ma has bought at least one foam finger with one of the names of one of the fighters.
It's just
that
like a
you guys
mech hand
watch.
with the name on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Hulk glove except mechanized.
Yeah, except it works.
Yeah.
I bet they flash print those in the right sizes and everything.
Probably.
Scan your hand and then
There's
they build it
the
around
one
you.
size fits all, or just for a 5 extra, you can get it customized to fit your hand alone. Of course, Ma went for the 5 extra.
Obviously.
Why wouldn't she?
But Valkyrie looks down at Asfred. I mean, it wasn't quite the real thing, but it was entertaining, yeah?
Yes. I still don't see why they didn't. What's the point if there's no explosions?
I mean, you and I can agree on that one, but it's all for the spectacle. It's theater with mechs. You've never been to a theater, have you?
What would be the point?
Man, Jiffy Lube really wants me to be a lube technician, let me tell you. I keep getting these emails.
You know, one day I'll take you to one of the planets near the core, and you'll see what it's like there, and maybe you'll understand. It's something spectacular to see people who don't have to fight for their resources, who can live their entire day just making what they want, doing what they feel. It's shocking for someone like me who grew up as a soldier among our kind. And it's also inspiring.
What do they
It's
do?
whatever they want. There's nothing they have to do. They're free to do what they please. They're free to follow their heart's desires.
I just
Sounds a bit like
landed
home.
Andrew in the wrong spot.
It's not a place for someone like me. I exist to fight, but I'll fight so they don't have to. Because that kind of place should be protected.
We'll see. She just kind of starts looking off at all the other. As you guys are you guys exiting?
Yep.
The basically Coliseum. Yeah, she's just looking around at all the other storefronts in the plaza as you guys are walking and talking.
You know, I think Eskel would agree with me.
On what? She turns and who's Eskel?
Eskel Stoneborn, my commander.
Ah, yes, father did say stuff about him. He didn't like him.
No, Floki wouldn't. Eskel cared too much about his men. At least as far as Floki's concerned. We weren't just meat for the grinder to him.
That kind of fits with what he was saying. He said Eskel was too soft.
Let's get back to the ship and see if there's any news. See if we've got more crew.
Okay. You guys just head back,
Yeah.
unless you want to look around while you're out, see what's around.
I mean, if anything, Sparky would
Do
probably
your own recruiting.
If anything, Sparky would probably study any advertising that's up, any billboards or anything, just to see what kind of stuff is on offer around here.
It's a fairly, like I
If
said
there is
before, it's
anything.
fair. Yeah, no, there is. There's like, it's not like New York, or it's not like Times Square billboards and stuff like that, but it's fairly populated. It's a pretty, modernized, metropolized area. There's places there's flashing signs for tattoo shops, restaurants. Let's see, directions to the nearest like public transport stations. What's it? And a few hotels, clothing stores, crafting stores, hotels. A lot of flashing for like the retail, but fairly simple but modern for you guys. For like hotels and more standard businesses that don't require like, oh hey, look over here.
Yeah.
There's you walk past one tattoo parlor called the Mad Tatter.
Nice. Nice.
That gets an eyebrow raise.
Yes.
There is you walk past a casino called the Golden Gardens.
That one, Sparky turns up her nose at and keeps walking.
One of the restaurants.
Maybe a little bit of a huff.
Please pray that you don't get just showered at the Golden Gardens.
Right.
Busy that day.
You walk past a place that is selling a food you're not quite familiar with. It looks to be some sort of dough, cheese, and meat combination, or various other toppings, called Cheese's Price.
You're just taking Jack's shtick now.
Yeah. Well, hey, no, puns can be enjoyed by all.
Yeah, a good pun is its own reword.
Exactly. But yeah. Whether you want to stop at any of these places, you walk past a couple hotels.
I imagine Mort would.
Yeah,
absolutely stop at that last one.
Yeah, Ma stops off and grabs a slice from Cheese's Price. Comes back out with an extra one for Asfred and anybody else that. Well, she comes out with an entire pizza, one slice in her hand, hands one over to Asfred, and then holds the box open for any of you.
It doesn't help that we have a character named Astrid in our Wednesday night game.
If nobody immediately grabs a piece, she just closes it and goes, all right, not letting it get cold. And continues on. You guys eventually make it back to the ship. And we'll actually switch over to Oni. You've just given the coordinates to everybody that seemed to be interested. What do you want to do?
After that, I'll head back to the ship.
Okay.
Basically tell them like meet us here tomorrow morning. We'll be, anyone who's interested, feel free to spread the word. If there's other people that might be interested in making some money, as part of a mercenary company led by a group of lancers, and we'll be holding interviews and inspections tomorrow morning.
Okay. All right. So
Because we're gonna let them know we're gonna haul your mech into our mech bay and take a look over it and make sure you're not bullshitting us.
right. Let's see. How many do I got? Right. So you make it back. You guys are all on the ship now. Ma is off tending to rumbles. Asfred has retreated to the room that you've designated as hers. What do you guys want to do for the rest of the night, if anything?
I will once everyone gets back, I'll over the comms. Hey everybody, just letting you know, tomorrow morning, get up bright and early. We've got a bunch of prospects coming in to be interviewed by the whole group, and we're also going to run an inspection on their gear, make sure that they're actually up to snuff and not just saying that they are. Mostly just regular pilots. You get one Lancer though that came up. So
Would you like me to take charge of technical inspections?
yes, please.
All right.
I can help with that, Ma says.
I'll leave that to the two of you.
Well, my first question is going to be if they will allow Astra to take a look at their systems, but if they don't, that's fine.
Oh, yeah. But we'll basically get up bright and early. I told them to meet here at such and such a time, so we have plenty of time to get up. Of course, such and such a time is based on when Oni wakes up, so I don't know how happy anyone other than Oni will be. I know Valkyrie and Oni get up at basically the same time regardless, so.
Paul's gonna be mad. Sparky will be fine.
All right, so yeah, after you guys get all that situated and planned out, you guys rest the rest of the night and wake up at such and such time as Oni's internal alarm clock figures and begin getting ready for the mechs that are going to be coming in today. Somebody go ahead and roll me a D8. Figure out who shows up first.
Somebody else. I'm busy trying to fix the fact that I forgot to put pronouns in Cody's name.
All right. First prospect to show up introduces themselves as Amir March. They are currently piloting a Spite.
I'm gonna go through while Sparky and Mar are looking over the mech. I'm gonna go through basic, what's your history, what's your intention, what are you looking to do, kind of, the basic information gathering questions that one would ask when hiring someone who's going to be acting as a mercenary under you.
Let me look at Spite's thing real quick. Yeah, he goes through and I'll have Sparky go ahead and make an engineering roll.
Okay.
That's the.
That's just D20 plus engineering, right?
You can actually have a +2 because you have hack or fix.
What is my hack or fix right now? It is just +2. Okay, so that's a total of 5, 11.
Okay. You can tell that this isn't exactly a standard Spite class Mech. It has had a few upgrades. It's got thicker armor than you'd normally see on something this size or in this class. And it looks to have a few upgrades to its tech suite.
I'm not familiar with the Spite class.
It's a
out of
defender.
character.
It's a defender class mech.
I don't have it.
Oh, okay. It mostly focuses on tech attacks and
Yep.
the like. It's good at making mechs heat up faster than they normally would. And it looks to be in not horrible shape, but for somebody that's maintaining it via underground fights, it's could be worse. So yeah, you know that. Amir with Oni's used to work for a tech company that got boring. Found some code for or found a file for printing one of these, printing the Spite, and figured I'd rather at least try it than not dead end in a cubicle. So that was about 5 years ago. So made a little bit of a name, made a name for myself a little bit in the circuit you saw me last night, but that's not going to last much longer if I can't. It's starting to stagnate.
Understood. Have you ever killed a person?
No.
How do you feel about that? As I make Cody have this random NPC go through the ethical ramifications of killing people.
Yeah. If they're trying to kill me, I got no problem, I guess.
Good, because there are definitely going to be people trying to kill you working for us. That's part of the
It's
job.
a mercenary company.
Yeah.
We are here to fight.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping more support.
Oh,
Like, will I be in the front?
No, not necessarily. Certainly not with a support, not with a support or defender like this.
Roll the d20.
Who, me?
Just yeah, since you're the one talking with him.
Oh, any particular skills apply?
What do you? It's basically to see how he said no, you're not going to be, or how he reacted to you saying no, you're not going to be on the front. Probably.
So would this be take control, spot, or actually probably like spot, stay cool, or take control are probably the only things that would even
stay cool maybe.
All right, so get a +2. 9.
He nods. You see, he nods when he's like that, and like, okay.
Yeah, you're not necessarily going to be on the front line, but the issue here is that you're going to be part of a mercenary company, and this ship, as he says, gesturing towards it, will be our support, which means that if someone wants to take our support out, well, they're going to be aiming for this ship. You're going to need to be able to defend yourself and it.
All right. Well, here's the thing. I don't have any weapon mounts on my mech. Is that I'm sure that's
Yeah,
something we could figure out.
the spite is entirely like
Yeah, it's
attacks,
entirely
isn't it?
text.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. There's room for all kinds. And plus, the ship has guns. So, does the ship have guns? Am I lying?
Yes, it does.
Yes, the ship has guns.
Actually, yeah, no, it's got small defense cannons, but nothing like for assault.
I didn't lie.
This is, yeah, yeah, you did not lie. It does have guns.
No, I'm talking about more, interpersonal defense, things like that. But no, you're not going to be on the front line. That's my job.
Good to know.
Look over at Valkyrie.
Can always use another tech striker. So
Any questions you've
keep
got?
their hackers from getting to our stuff.
Yeah, what's the pay?
That was directed at Valkyrie.
Oh, he still asks that when you say that.
I look back.
Awkward.
I will spout out whatever the base level of pay that we have arranged with what we
All
can
right.
make.
Yeah.
Because we've been sort of glossing over
credits
this whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, though, is
mana.
that there really isn't like a global currency because most of the galaxy is post-scarcity.
Well,
Mana
yeah.
is only relevant in places where it's needed.
Like
Yeah.
here.
like Thelia
said-
and the outer edges.
Yeah, like in the diaspora, a lot of worlds do have their own currencies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like whatever the amount of mana that we have set aside to pay people with, I will.
Yeah, and there's a
Indicate.
conversion rate because not every planet's going to use mana. So,
Yeah.
All right, that definite improvement.
Also, we get regular contract upgrades with our manufacturers, so you'll probably be able to get some new equipment too.
Oh, all right. I hadn't even. All right. You see him start to like.
This is a Lancer crew. You're gonna be getting some cool tech, and also some tech that's gonna make you shit your pants. I'm not gonna lie. I say, pointing towards the ballad down the hall.
Yeah.
Balor growls.
yeah. Yeah, there's a slight squeak in the chair just as he like pushes back a little bit when the Balor growls.
It does that. Don't worry. It's not gonna eat you. Probably.
The fuck you mean probably?
Most likely, like 9 out of 10, not gonna.
Has there ever been a 1
We're
out of
harassing the
10?
kid, aren't we? Or just shouts from
I mean,
nearby the spite.
I mean, I'm all right with it. I mean, the closest thing to Horus is points to his mech that Sparky is currently crawling all over.
It's Horus tech.
Fights-
It's probably it won't eat you unless I tell it to, but I won't.
Yeah.
Or you
If
get
do
in
your
it.
job.
And of the non-Lancer manufacturers, the companies, most of the Spite designs are vaguely Horusy of all the other ones.
Yeah.
Spite Defenders are the closest to Horus you can get. It's Horus off-brand.
Yeah. If
On Horus.
if no one shouts out an objection to this particular one, I will give him directions to where he can find bunks. Tell him to get suited up, or tell him to get situated.
All right.
Next.
Yep. Somebody roll another D8.
As he heads off, Sparky gets down from the mech, not wanting to be nosy when he's not in the room. Well, that one's a bit ramshackle, but not something we can't fix up with a fresh print in a few places.
All right.
Non-standard armor plating, that can stay. And yes, I overheard the e-warfare focus.
Yep.
Extensive console banks on the inside. But I'll tell you what, the whole thing could use a cleanup.
Well, most likely all of them will. As I look towards the next one that comes in.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead and roll another D8 as well, because they're starting to show up. So some of them are going to have to wait. But the next one that walks up is, I believe you actually spoke with her at the event, the pilot of the Berserker. Shanice Bowick.
I got 4 twice.
So-
Should I re-roll?
Yeah, reroll.
There you go.
1. Okay. All right. So yeah,
And same
Shanice
thing.
introduces herself again. Yeah.
Yep.
So just for these, let's see.
And basically, what I'm trying to, and so just so you can shortcut it. Basically, what I'm trying to get is a sense of what kind of experience they have, not like how experienced they are. Basically,
Mhm.
If they've ever killed anybody, what position they're looking to fill, and or what position they would be best filling, and sort of what their attitude is in general.
Okay. So let's see. Go ahead and you can add stay cool for the whole interview process. Go ahead and roll a d20.
15.
All right, yeah. So after a while, you guys talk back and forth. You can make an engineering roll with HackerFix if you want to look over their mechs. Jesus.
23.
Yeah. So we'll go over.
All your points are in Hacker Fix.
Yeah.
No, I may be rolling wrong. Cody said engineering plus hack or fix. I have 3 points in engineering and 2 in hack and fix. So I'm not sure if you wanted one, the other, or both.
No, you can.
Either way, you rolled an 18 on the dice. So
yeah, it's true.
So
that's a 20 at minimum.
Yeah. So yeah, you give this one a thorough. It's fairly clean, considering that it's a berserker.
I mean, yeah, it's
got
cleaner
a
on the
few-
inside, and berserkers are almost definitely simpler than the first one I looked at.
Yeah. Not as heavily upgraded tech wise. It does have quite a few upgrades on it though. It looks to have stronger armor, better muscle actuators, and let's see.
And every time you start it up, it goes berserker.
It does seem to have a few. Crap! What's it called? Functional upgrades to systems that aid it with knocking shit over, basically. You would probably, like the last one I didn't mention, class this as, if you had to put it in tiers, tier 2. And with your 15, you guys talk back and forth for a little while, and it goes pretty well. And she agrees to join, saying that is one of the better options than continuing on the circuit that she's on right now. And then you rolled a 1 for the next one. And behind her, after you finish that and get her set up for her bunks, a demolisher walks in behind. You can go ahead and roll for that, Andrew. Have you go ahead and roll as well, John, as the pilot introduces herself as Andrea Burry, piloting a fairly large demolisher. The paint scheme on it looks like a construction demolisher that's been repurposed as
it's got the black and yellow grid, like
pretty much
working.
Yeah, the safety paint. High vis, except for the hammer that she's using. It's fairly dark metal, and then it's got a solid, the face of the hammer is actually like a solid purple, just the face, and it's got a tiny smiley face on the actual face of the hammer as well. So going through that, Andrew, or Sparky,
Yep,
you
18.
Yep, this dozer, or this demolisher, her call sign is Dozer. She introduces or explains, has been upgraded a few times. Looks to have advanced kinetic compensation, a fairly heavier frame. Actually, yeah, no, that's a base trait. It's been upgraded with kinetic compensation and a system that feeds back into that compensation to create some effect that you're not quite familiar with, but it looks to redistribute whatever energy, looks to redistribute something to empower a larger area for a strike. So it looks like it can take out a large area, along with its heavier frame. And talking with Andrea, she pretty much talks about how she piloted this dozer at a construction site for quite a few years, and then for a reason that she still doesn't know why, the construction company that she worked for went under. So at that point, it was mid-shift, so she just walked off the job site with the demolisher and never gave it back.
Writes down, thinks on her feet.
Yeah. And yeah, she agrees to join if you'll have her, because she'd rather not be on the planet when they actually finally do catch up, because it is a mech that is owned by a company. But
we'll scrub the plates and give it a paint job.
yeah,
Sparky.
Yeah, she's had this one.
I know.
She's been piloting this one for a few years, but it looks to be fairly basic. Just from what you saw during the fights, it looked to be quite a bit of pilot skill.
Good.
All right.
We'll take her.
All right.
3 for 3 so far.
Yep. Go ahead and somebody roll a D8, and then
I'll roll it this time.
Yeah, you can roll a few. So, nope. So
8.
All right. That one's pretty easy. That's when an Everest walks up.
Ah, yes. The one Lancer.
Yep, the one Lancer.
Somebody's earned their GMS licensing.
I know who this one is, so we'll skip this part and just hire him.
We'll skip this part. You guys hire him. The Lancer kind of speaks for itself. Yes, you've killed and you're qualified.
So this is Reborn, who when he walks in is stands about 5'8", light brown skin, black hair pulled back, wearing fairly nice like suit clothes, but it's revealed that this is actually a one of those sylph undersuits that can change its appearance to whatever it wants. Also, while he's talking, he sort of look, out of the corner of his eyes to Valkyrie, um, just sort of opens up a book that he's carrying, and angles it so that only Valkyrie can see the Horus insignia on the inside of the book. Closes it. He tells us that he is wandering. He doesn't actually know where he's from or how he got the Lancer license. And he basically woke up on a construction station in the middle of space, having apparently, according to those around him, walked out of a split space hole in the middle of the station. And so he's looking to join up with a Lancer group so he can figure out what the fuck that's about.
So yeah, after that conversation, and you go over his,
and the Everest is very clearly set up as a, as you're looking over it, Sparky. The Everest has a tattered purple cloak and a staff, and it's very clearly set up with sort of support and tech attack in mind. As sort of like a ranged support / attacker.
Yeah, Sparky probably wouldn't get straight to work on assessing the Everest because it's in a class by itself compared to the other applicants she's seen. So she would be, I assume we've set up like a table.
Yeah.
At ground level. So
Yeah.
she would actively get down to the table and wait for the pilot to approach. And then address him directly rather than just getting straight to it.
And he'll let you know what it's loaded out with, which is mostly, like I said, support gear, tech attack things. He also says that he does have a frame. He does have a license for a new frame, which he would like to print if he's going to get the job.
All right. Well, you've certainly proven yourself capable. I don't think I need to give this a once over myself.
All right. Go ahead and roll another d8.
Another one.
Another one.
2 this time.
2? Okay. Next
I'll have
person
to go out wandering and find my way across a random abandoned church to find.
Next person that walks up introduces themselves as Damien Prevost. They pilot an Aegis class mech. Call sign Jitters. And he's how do I not seems nervous, but like not actively nervous, just base level anxiety.
he's a nervous guy.
Hence the call sign Jitters. Seems fairly new in your go ahead and roll your stuff.
Yes, I would look at this one properly.
Hey, 22.
6. Apparently we're flipping coins over here.
So Sparky, it takes you pretty much the entire interview to go over this because you've never actually seen this type of Aegis where it's got 4 legs. It's basically like a walking table, and then in the center of it, it's got a large metallic sphere that when you turn it on just to see, to make sure that it's all running right, and it actually displaces and starts to hover through. So you're like, oh, I got to get in between that. I can't get in between that when it's on. How am I going to get it? And so you just kind of like stand there and look for a minute, for a while, and then after you set it back down, get it all powered down, you start going through basically the owner's manual that you find in the files. And
If I don't find one in the cockpit, I would absolutely ask Astra to get me an owner's manual for this.
yeah, and she does. And going over it, this is a fairly stock Aegis.
Probably
Mech.
made by a Harrison Armory subsidiary, which is why it does so much weird shit.
But it looks to be like bare bones, fresh off the line, in terms of what it, in terms of its capabilities. And with your talking to Jitters, yeah, no, they've only been piloting. They got their hands on this mech maybe 6 months ago. And
they've already killed someone.
no, he hasn't. He hasn't killed anybody. The lasers that the mech are affixed with are usable in the mech fights, seeing as how otherwise he wouldn't have any other means of defending himself other than just, I'm a turtle, you can't hurt me, which doesn't make for a very fun fight. But yeah, he seems to be a fairly fresh mech pilot, but he's willing to join and help you guys out if you'll have him.
Everyone's got to start somewhere.
All right.
We're not looking for entry-level experience and then 6 years of experience, by the way.
Yeah.
Entry-level position, 6 years of experience required.
You're going to be getting our coffee, but you need a master's degree. All right. So let's see.
Oh, that was... Well, I won't say weird. I've seen weird. That was unusual. It's a design I'm not familiar with.
All right. Somebody go
Bound
ahead
to
and roll a
happen.
D3.
What's what else do it?
1.
All right.
It's 2 1s in a row for me.
Yeah. Next person that walks up is actually, they walk up in their mech, which is a size half, and they exit out of it in the spot you designate, Sparky, for you to do your look over.
Just got all of them except the Everest lined up along one side of the mech bay, and the Everest on the other side.
Yeah. And this one is actually fairly easy because it's a size half. It's a priest priest pattern mech. They introduce themselves as Ornella Alice. Her fight, you saw Oni was a lot of actually heavily defensive and tech.
Mm-hmm.
But they held their own fairly well, and ended up winning their fight. But which is odd for a priest pattern mech, since they're generally support mechs.
You could kill someone with a support mech. You're in charge of our ship's defense. A half size too, so you can just run through the ship.
Smurf account. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and go ahead and make your rolls.
Yep.
For inspection.
17.
25. Nat 20 on
25.
inspection rolls.
Very nice. Yeah, you figure out everything about this mech. You as soon as you get in it and it starts up, this is the nicest and most advanced mech out of the lot that has come in, save the Lancer. It has multiple upgrades to its tech suite and defensive capabilities. And let's see. It seems to be quite a bit more resilient than the baseline priest patterns. If you, again, had to put this into a tier, it'd be 3. But yeah.
Intuitive, surprisingly friendly despite not recognizing me as a registered user. Considerable enhancements under the hood for resilience.
Yeah, and it's very intuitive for you've never used a mech like this, but going through the UI, it seems to be very easy to navigate through and figure out what information you need.
If this isn't SSC built, it's SSC adjacent, if I had to guess.
And through your talk, Oni, they used to actually be part of a mercenary company, disbanded a while ago. They figured they'd have some fun on Thelia for the last couple years, make some money just hanging out, whooping ass with a priest, and they're getting a little bored here. So yeah, if you'll have her, she'll join.
Absolutely.
All right.
Assuming no other objections.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody else has any other questions for her, or... Okay.
Was that the full list of the people that I managed to find?
There's 2 more. And they both show up at around the same time. The first introduces himself. He dismounts from his mech, parks it where you want it. It's an assassin pattern. This is, they introduce themselves as Digby Coulter. Let's see. Call sign Clipper. Go ahead and make your rolls.
21.
21 to investigate.
You both rolled 21. Nice.
Oh, this is a fairly even assessment then.
Yeah.
Got this guy's number.
Yeah, he wrote it on the inside. I don't know why.
He has the mech as you're looking over it. It's pretty standard assassin pattern setup. They have a shotgun you're not entirely familiar with. You know that sometimes assassin patterns come with ranged weapons, but you haven't seen one yet that's had anything short of the explosive knives that this mech also has.
Yes, we've seen assassins before, as I recall, and yes, they didn't have a shotgun.
This one also has an upgrade for smoke bombs, basically. Mech smoke bombs.
So by assassin, we mean Reaper. Just smoke bomb, come up, shotguns.
It's only got the one shotgun.
Yeah, but he still drops it and flash prints a new one when he reloads.
Right.
Oh, man, that's a new flavor for the Caliban.
I mean, I did that with my latest homebrew, but it was a brace of pistols instead of a shotgun.
Just flash printing pistols, just
Yep.
Always more pistols.
Exactly.
So yeah, if you had to put this one into a tier as well, it's very nice, but it's not top tier, but it's about tier 2. And he in talking with him, he won't tell you how many people he's killed.
I don't ask how many, I just ask if you have.
Oh yes.
He says yes. And that's all he'll speak to that matter.
All right.
He's not too concerned with the pay. He is wondering what kind of range you all have, like where you're planning on operating, what sectors, if you have that already picked out.
At the moment, I'll tell them that basically we go where the work is. So we're heading out to such and such a sector to stop an armed assault and coup and to cripple a command ship. And then
I could get behind that.
After that, who knows?
I can get behind that. Sounds like it'll be fun.
We need people to back us up on that. So.
Yep. All right, and the last person waiting in line, who you can roll your stuff.
This time it's a 7.
Ooh.
22 on a mech inspection.
All right.
I have assisted with any of that, considering I've been there
Yeah,
the
you-
entire time.
you-
with
yeah,
like,
you
lead
could.
and inspire.
Yeah.
Make a roll, William.
Accuracy static bonus of my lead and inspire. 21.
Whenever it decides to come up for us. There it
There
is.
it is.
Yeah. So looking over, she introduces herself as Ambra Ellison. She is piloting a Spectre pattern mech. And when you watched her fight, Oni, it wasn't the fastest. That one still went to Reborn
Mhm.
because Lancer
Everest is the fastest mountain in space.
exactly. But this was just about as fast. They again, yes, they've killed people. They'll leave it at that. And they answer all your questions. After a while, they start to seem a bit just over the course of the conversation, some of the topics, they seem a bit hesitant to answer. And then when you're like, well, we got to know this, you push a little bit, just adds and adds. And they start to pull away during the interview. And partway through, Valkyrie kind of starts chiming in more and more and picking up on that and gets back into the interview with a bit more energy. Looking over this, Sparky, this is on par with The Priest, with how well it's put together. The UI, again, super easy to find the information that you're looking for, what this is capable of. You don't realize what you're doing at one point, and you're looking through the some of the capabilities, and while you're inside, you kind of you hit one of the buttons that you thought you were supposed to hit, and it shows that it let's see, which one would it be facing while you're doing this?
I mean, ideally, none of them.
Well, no, the only one that's across from it, because if you have the Lancers or if you have the mechs that you're looking at on one side, and then so yeah, you're looking at Reborn's Lancer or Everest on the other side.
Mhm.
It just does a quick scan on the HUD of Reborn's Everest, and then points out several spots that would be considered weak points and prime for attack. So it seems to have some sort of weakness analyzer, along with a few tech upgrades and some actual physical upgrades to their system hardening and maneuvering capabilities. It's also attached with a monofilament sword.
No, not turning that on.
Yeah. But yeah, after you guys get through the interview, they hesitate for a minute, but they're like, all right. I mean, yeah, if you'll have me, I'll join.
Yeah.
It seems like a good enough gig, and I'm getting a little tired of waiting. So, all right.
I have no further questions.
All right.
Waiting for what? Just an opportunity or for something specific?
Opportunity.
Fair enough.
Don't want to be stuck on the same planet for the whole life. But yeah, that is the full roster of everybody that you got a hold of and talked to the night before. Yeah, there's a lot more activity on the ship now. Interviews are over.
Yep.
Mechs are put away. What are you guys up to now?
So looking over the
You've got 8 new crew members.
yay, looking over all the information with the core 4. Right, well, you guys think this is enough for our little mission for backup?
Maybe. Do we want to take one more look around?
Take another look around. We haven't heard back from what's his name?
Stragus?
Dragus. We also have Envoy on board, just as aware. So we've got 9 people other than us. So that can function. Yeah, we haven't heard back from Stragus yet, so we don't know yet if there's a time crunch, but we could probably spend another day looking for more people.
Yeah, he said earliest it would be a couple weeks before the fleet got together, and it's only been, I think, 5 days for you guys.
5.5.
Yeah,
According to my notes.
and most
Time's
of
relative,
that
though,
was,
because,
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
But
Subjective time is a hell of a drug.
yeah, and we wanna loiter outside the system as close as possible once we're full up. So it's a get people and then go. Not a situation that we're in. But I think we can probably spend one more day if other folks want to head out and see if they can find some people.
I'll wander around, see what I can find.
all right.
Sparky?
I'm not certain. I'll go. If nothing else, I'll speak with the recruits that we've picked up, get to know them a bit more. Astra can assess their combat capabilities and provide me with a report.
one of the at this point, with no one else but us in the mech hangars, one of the mech printers starts running. At which point, Oni looks over at it and goes, "That's fucking creepy."
DML, what's going on?
As a lich starts printing.
Well, so it starts, and then DMR says, unregistered and unauthorized printing taking place. Materials should run out shortly. Full print should not be accomplished.
And it does anyway.
Because liches are weird.
I'll just go back to when we had enough materials and bring those to my timeline and then just use those. And then I'll go back when I need more and I'll just use those. And yeah. But yeah, they paused the printing, and it's funny to anybody that uses Horus, or freaky to everybody else, is that it stops and then starts again, and then stops and then starts again, and Diamir is arguing basically with the printer. Like, no, I fucking said stop.
Just let it print. You're not going to stop Horus Tech when it wants to come out.
Oh, lovely.
Apparently, our printer is giving birth to something.
Yep.
It's times like these I wish we had a power plug that I could just yank out the cable.
Don't know if it would
That
work.
you act like that would stop Horus Tech.
It's worth a shot, Valkyrie.
At the very least, would make us feel better.
So yeah, it
Would it,
starts
though?
printing. It's gonna take a while for it to print. But Diamir, at your guys's instruction, just all right, throws their digital hands up and says, "Fine, fuck it." See what your complacency will bring you, humans.
It'll bring us a
Meanwhile-
lich, as it turns out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Astra, disengaging from Lazuli, retreats to Sparky's quarters.
Astra would sense an awareness in the printer as well.
Maybe that's why they
He is not-
left.
She is not going to comment on that right now. Please try again later.
Well, for whatever it's worth, for Astra's knowledge, look real quick. The NHP that Astra would have sensed is called Verity.
All right.
Mm. All right.
Because Reborn has a level 3 technophile.
Mm. All right.
So yeah, with that weirdness aside,
Yeah, with that weirdness aside, it's gonna take the better part of 2 to 3 days to finish printing that mech.
over to Valkyrie. You want any help looking around, or are you just gonna go out on your own?
I'll take a walk, see what I can find.
Have fun, be safe, don't kill anybody unless you have to. In which case, hide their body or bring it back, and we'll get rid of it.
I only have to kill them if they decide they won't stand down.
Like I said.
All right, let's see. Where did it go? Come on.
As we make Cody come up with scenarios for our alternate pilots to show up.
Right.
Mine's relatively simple.
Go ahead
mean,
and
I don't expect mine to turn up anytime soon.
Yours has to travel.
Yeah, singing's a ways off.
Yeah. There is no. Just roll a d20 and see what you can find as you walk around. Unless you want to say like what are you going heading to specific areas, trying to find specific areas?
I think she's going to look specifically for places where someone can lay low when they're trying to avoid like the main thoroughfares where all the people are. Places where you'll find people who might be looking for work but don't want to put themselves in the spotlight right now. Because Oni's already checked those places.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20.
For what it's worth, I have survive, if that helps.
Yeah,
finding
no,
those
I
kinds
was
of
looking at
places.
that.
Survive.
Yeah, that would. I'm gonna have you make 2 rolls. The first one, don't use survive.
Well, 19 on the first one.
Okay, so it takes you a bit of doing, but through talking with a few of the locals around and trying to get a lay of the land, you find out where the more unsavory parts of the metropolis are, and they're scattered throughout, but you're able to pick one out that's fairly close. Go ahead, and now you can make, once you get there, yep, all right, 12. So you are able, let's see, you find an establishment. You're pointed to an establishment. That's just titled, that just has a name over the top of the on the sign that says Van Locks.
All right.
Head inside. It's kind of like a I don't want to say like department store, but like it's fairly warehouse inside with a few random counters and stuff, or places where you can search the inventory for products. There's some people on the other side, but they don't seem to be approaching you or anything like that. You were told that this establishment would have people. You could find work there if you were desperate enough.
All right. She'll take a look around, see what she can find.
Okay. Let's see. 1 second. Go ahead. Let's see. Yeah, no. As you step, you approach the people.
Sure.
All right. You walk up, and a woman behind the counter kind of looks over at you. Hello there. Name's Jenna. How can I help you?
I'm looking for anyone who might be looking for mercenary work.
Oh,
They become Irish
you
instead of
hiring?
I'm playing the wrong character right now. Playing the wrong leader of a mercenary band. Yes, the RSMC's hiring for any mech-based mercenaries.
Oh, mech pilots, eh? I'll see if I got anybody that'll fit that description. She turns to a console and starts scrolling through it. After a few moments, go ahead and make a. Let's see, what do you have? Yeah, just go ahead and roll a d20.
17. We're rolling good tonight.
Yeah. She's like, we have a few. Do you need them right now?
If you could tell me, again, wrong accent. If you could tell me where I could find them, I can go and take a look myself.
Well, 3 of them are off planet doing some other work right now. But I do have one individual that is looking for work, and they are fairly new. So there is that. I don't know if that matters to you.
We've got some new people on our team.
All right. Let me send them a message. Is there a place you'd want them to meet, or you want them to meet them here?
Anywhere that's convenient for them. We've got a ship that they can meet us at, or I can meet them here, whichever's closer for them.
We'll have them meet here.
All right.
So you hear the ding of a message being sent, and within about an hour, an individual walks up or walks through the door. She goes, here they are. Avery, this is the company that's looking for pilots such as yourself. And they introduce themselves as Avery Kantz. Why is this opening? I do. Okay, random error. See, yeah. So they introduce themselves as Avery Kantz. What exactly kind of work are y'all doing?
Mercenary work. What kind of mech do you pilot?
One second. It'd be I pilot a pyro.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. You work in planet side?
We're actually looking for recruits planet side right now before we head to a job that's being lined up in the next couple of weeks, heading to break up a planetary siege.
Never done anything like that. Mostly been animal control.
With a pyro.
Yeah, not much use for a pyro on a metropolitan planet. Other than yeah.
How much experience do you have with that mech? I know she mentioned you were new, but
I've been doing it for about a year or so.
all right. It's more than some of the people we've got on the crew. At least one of them. Any real violence under your belt with that mech?
Joined a fight club once, but they wouldn't let me use the burner, so not too much.
All right. Are you opposed to the thought of if someone's coming at you or if it's your job putting someone down?
How do I hide rolls?
Roll a GM.
/
Okay.
GM roll.
Yeah.
All right. If the pay's good enough, I probably won't mind it.
Can I get a read on that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Let's see.
I don't think
Yeah.
I have anything that would apply to it.
Yeah. Well, I let
Nope.
John use. Yeah, I was gonna say if you have stay cool, you could
Stay
use
cool
that.
wouldn't help it too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it didn't seem particularly squeamish about it. Just said if it's paying enough.
All right. Well, can always use a pyro. If you want to meet us at our ship, we'll have our engineer check your mech out, see how good it is.
Okay.
I'll give them the docking bay of our ship.
I didn't know your other character was a pyro, William.
No, they're not. This is just another NPC mech.
Yeah. I don't think William has sent me anything about the.
I think I have already.
Okay.
I definitely put their CompCon file in Slack at least.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
have
you
it,
know,
so you
time's
might
an
wanna
illusion.
re-update it.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it might have gotten lost in the time warp.
Oh, it definitely got lost in the CompCon update. So
Yeah.
because you were still working on updating your.
I mean, I still need to update the files to make them all properly work, but the files are there. So
Okay.
Yeah, like your pilots will still be there. They aren't lost to the ether. They're just not displaying.
there's the CompCon code for her and Lancer again.
Okay. But yeah. Excuse me.
The issue here being that if they're not displaying, we can't see them.
Yeah.
Oh no, the character displays. It's just their mech is fucked up. If you've got my most recent LCP.
All right.
I don't know if I do.
I don't think I do, but I can't
Oh.
upload that mech or that pilot.
Let me put my LCP in then.
There was also one sec. Yeah, you need to update Soldan.
Update who?
William. The current Soldan is 2.1.6.
Okay, can you get me that one real quick?
Yeah, sure. The joys of technical difficulties.
Da-da-da.
There's my most recent LCP, and again, the files will be there, but they'll be fucked up because I need to fix all the coding.
I mean, though, to be fair, the only reason we're having these particular technical difficulties is because the creators of the Lancer RPG went out of their way to create a in-house app that people can use to run and play their game in.
And it is spectacular.
Oh, it's fantastic.
absolutely.
It's spectacular both for what it's meant for, and also for making you feel like you're in a Lancer.
Yeah. But yeah, I think actually we're gonna take a break real quick.
There we go.
All right.
Alrighty.
We'll be back in just a bit. If you're watching on Twitch, please stay tuned to these commercial messages. We're back.
Welcome back, everybody. All right. So, as you finish up your conversation with Avery, you do the individual there, Jenna. As you're leaving, he says, "Oh, hold on 1 minute. One of the pilots that's off world did just ping back that they're still looking, that they're interested in work. Should have just forward them your
Send them to my ship. They're probably already at the spaceport.
They're still out on a job right now, but I will forward their information or forward them your information.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
No worries.
Similar to our other backup character, they'll arrive later while we're in space.
Yep. All right, but yeah, so you've got another new recruit, potentially one more. Anything else you want to do while you're out walking around town?
Let's get some nice food to welcome everybody.
Okay. Let's see.
Meanwhile, Sparky makes her way to the crew quarters to check and see how people are settling in, and finds several of them at a table with more and several open bottles. She immediately walks away.
Yep. Yeah, the place you end up stopping is just it's a comfort food type establishment called Bacon Take. You're able to get some Yep. Able to get some decent food there. And head back to the ship.
All right.
All right. You guys are all on the ship.
She walks in. I've got bacon take, everybody.
What's that?
Far as I can tell, really cheap and easy food.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
all for cheap and easy.
Some of it seems a bit exotic, but that's just because of the ingredients. The actual like recipes are based off of various foods being baked, fried, broiled. A lot of heavy and filling food.
Traditional Southern cooking with whatever they could find.
Yeah, pretty much. This here is roadkill. No, I'm just kidding.
Deep fried roadkill.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm busy that day.
Yep. That's why you always got to watch out for street squids.
It's sweet meat.
Yeah. So you guys are on the ship.
Yeah, once we've got everyone on board, and once Pyro gets the Pyro gets on board and is inspected, I will check with everybody, see if anyone's got anything left to do before we leave.
Yeah.
Just like over the comms, like, hello, brand new members of the DRSMC. This is your pilot speaking. If no one's got any last minute things they need to do on world, we're good to take off. So.
All right.
Wait to see if anyone hits the intercom.
Nope. None of the new people hit the intercom. Ma slams on and says, "Let me find Rumbles first." And
copy that. Initiating takeoff procedures.
After a couple minutes, she pops back on. All right, we're good. I found him. Doesn't tell you where, but she found him.
Don't ask. Yep. Sitting in the pilot seat, We should have told her. We should have warned everybody about that. I forgot. Too late now.
Yep.
And I will begin takeoff procedures.
Yep. You're cleared for takeoff. You exit and you make it into orbit
And yeah, I'm just gonna set us
unmolested.
gonna set us on a course, through whatever means are available, to get us on the way to our location. With the intention of, if we arrive there and haven't received any word yet, we're going to basically loiter just outside the system.
Okay.
Which I believe is the Venema system.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very meaningful.
So if there's a place we can loiter, good. If not, we'll just hang out in space. We've got the fuel.
All right. Yeah.
We
This
just fueled
one-
up.
Yeah. This, I believe, the trip from you guys were at. Can't remember what planet you were at before that you
Thelia.
left from. No, not Thelia.
The one we just. Oh,
Yeah, you just-
Prior to
the-
that,
Yeah, prior to that,
That's when we just.
because that was
left.
about 5.5 days.
No, that's side jobs.
So many pages. If
Laprin?
yeah, it was the Laprin system.
Yeah, so Laprin to Thelia, Thelia to Venema.
Benamar is where Sanctum Nova is.
Yep.
All right.
Took about do mental math to figure out how long it's going to take you guys to get there, your time. Because, I mean, you guys traveled here to keep the time similar. You didn't travel at faster than light for super time dilation. So, problems. Let's see.
It was going to be a couple weeks for us to get there from where we were, and
Yeah.
we picked this spot because it was on the way.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, no, it should only take you about another 6 or 7, about another week to get out there.
Yeah. Head out.
All right. Yeah, you guys plot your course.
I will see if anybody. I will. Doing my leadership thing, give people the tour, and also point out the tattoo machine. Let them know if they want anything. Make sure that the combination logo that I've got is very clearly marked on the on the
Favorites list.
machine. Yeah.
Yeah. As you guys, as you're
DRSMC
giving,
logo.
yeah, as you're leading the group through, and you pass through the room with the tattoo chair, the automated tattoo chair.
Yeah.
Digby just hangs back, waits for everybody to go, and he gets in the chair and starts. He hits a couple buttons on the console, flips over, and the machine starts doing something on his back.
That's fine. That's what it's there for.
Yep.
But yeah, spend the time getting to know all of our crewmates.
If you ask anybody with tattoos, the option to get free tattoos is yes. Yes, I would like free tattoos.
What it's there for.
Yep.
One of the perks of being part of the DRSMC.
All right. Anything you guys want to accomplish? You're going to have a bit of downtime.
Let me look at my downtime.
Same. Let's see here.
Excuse me.
Active mode.
Oh, you can go ahead and give a engineering and
Oh, right, yeah.
roll
To look over
Wait,
the
Avery's.
pyro.
why is there a gunfight downtime action?
I think it's from Sildan. Go diving is probably also from Sildan.
Huh.
Slow down or long rim, not sure which.
Can I get focused again?
Let me see.
19 to inspect the pyro.
Uh,
Apologies
19?
for juggling more than one thing at a time.
It's fine. What was it? Get focused.
Yeah, basically you increase one of your skills. I've done it once already. I don't know if I don't think there's a limit on the number of times you can do it.
Yeah. What skill?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Yeah. It only says. Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, if I can get focused, I will, and I will now figure out what skill I want to improve.
Yeah, you can.
All right.
Fuck, I've completely
and
lost
then
track
look-
of where the hell downtime activities are at.
Should be in
if you go
the.
into if you go into active mode, there is a
There it is.
downtime symbol in the bottom
Downtime
right,
mode. Bam.
and you can
updated
pop
this
that out
place.
into its own window.
What? So weirdly, when the skill point that get focused gives you does not actually give you a skill point.
Oh no, it actually does. It gives you a skill point in your like bank of skill points that you haven't spent. So then you have to go to your skills and spend
No, it doesn't. It's supposed to. It doesn't. At least not anymore. It used to, but it does not now. Because
Huh.
I had 9 and I just hit get focused and I got a new skill point in my reserves and bonuses, but I did not get actually a new skill point in my skill triggers. This is why I have an extra skill point in my reserves and bonuses, because it didn't work the last time I tried it.
But going over the pyro, it's in fairly decent shape. You can tell that it hasn't been through a whole lot of very many fights. It looks like it doesn't look like it's too dented up or dinged up or anything like that. It's got a couple upgrades. The armor seems to be a bit thicker and a bit more angled for large caliber munitions. And it looks like there are, excuse me, a couple of the way that the not fuel lines, but a bit of the energy distribution set up through it seems to be semi-defensive for if the armor is penetrated by a close quarters weapon.
I'm going to improve my get somewhere quickly by doing, I'm going to take this time to, like, after I do the tour and everything, I'm going to start running flight simulations, both in my mech and in the ship, just sort of familiarizing myself with the handling and doing that to improve my get somewhere quick.
Yeah, pretty soon you'll just be able to do, space gymkhana with the transport ship.
Yeah.
It's like drifts around.
I drift the ship so that the tail end so the engine is pointing at the bridge of an enemy ship and just fire full engines into their bridge.
You know what? I will also get focused to improve my hack or fix, because I've spent a lot of time examining new frames in a short time span.
Yeah.
Sure. I think I can. That's probably something smart as well. I'll take get focused for leader inspire if that's all right.
So if you take the action, it doesn't give you a bonus skill. Basically, if you just hit the edit button next to reserves and bonuses, you can add a skill point. And
Oh,
it'll
it gave me a skill
actually give you-
focus. Here we are.
Yeah, it'll give you one, but it won't actually give you the
Hmm.
extra.
Yeah, it gave me a different entity entirely from the one I already had.
Yeah, and I think it's something that happened when they updated the system and they haven't gotten around to fixing it yet.
Yeah,
So
maybe. I can go ahead and delete
just
that
to
reserve.
be, just so everyone's aware, I do believe that the max
Oh.
is +6.
Yeah, +6 to any one skill.
Yeah.
Which
So,
is where
skill
I
or
which
trigger.
is which is what I've got on my get somewhere quickly now.
All right.
Because I am the pilot. I should have that skill.
But yeah, you've actually shaved off after you've done the flight simulations. You do a little. You pull out of the light speed or the light travel for a moment. Do a couple recalculations. Adjust for new or adjust for information. Star positions and all that, and actually end up shaving about a day off.
So is there any place basically to park outside the system when we get there, or are we just floating?
To park outside the system, in the system, yes, there are about 3 other planets in that system. Vanima just happens to be the only one in the habitable zone.
I thought Venom was the system.
Venima's the planet. It's
Same.
named. It's named for the Vanima system because that's who's occupying it. But
Okay.
so yeah, it's a little bit same.
Got it. I mean just outside that system, so we're not in any amount of reasonable range to the siege until we need to be.
Yeah, just hang out on the on the edge of dark space.
Yeah, like if you
like
were to,
if it had an Oort cloud, you'd want to hang out there.
yeah, or if you were to compare it to like the solar system, around where Pluto is.
Yeah.
A little bit
definitely
further out than that, maybe.
Right, yeah, like the next closest like rock basically from out away from Pluto, Planet X, as far as our case. I think there is one. Isn't there one that's like just beyond the solar system that we know of?
I remember reading about the theory, but I can't remember right off the top of my head. There's so many people that are like, no, it's a brown dwarf, and it's like, no, there's something that big. No. I don't know. It's been a while, but yeah, there you can find a suitably sized asteroid floating as in, careening at thousands of miles per second.
It just happens to be here for the next whoever knows how long.
Yeah.
Longer than we need it to.
Yeah. It's in orbit.
Yeah.
Of the star. That's the most important bit.
Yeah, there was it was a few years ago, but there was like a Planet X that was determined to be like beyond where Pluto is. It's not technically attached to the solar system, but it's close enough.
Yeah. I can't remember. But
yeah, that's
anyways,
the distance basically that I'm looking to occupy.
All right. While you guys are traveling, Envoy does gather the main group of you, the Lancers. Say, do we want to give them a run through their paces, see what they're capable of out here while we got some time once we land?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Though most of them will be staying back on the ship, it's still a good idea to make sure that they are familiar with operating on the ship. So we'd probably take them out to the hull, run them through some drills.
All right.
That makes sense.
Valkyrie, you want to lead that?
Sure. I'll stop doing the wrong accent for the different mercenaries. I can do that, yeah.
Put them through their paces.
Let's see what they can do.
I'm gonna roll something real quick.
Has the Lich had time to print yet?
Yeah. So yeah, about halfway through you guys' so it took the whole day to do the interviews, and then you left shortly after that. Let's see. So it probably it finished about on your second day in light travel.
Yeah. So it's not even like attached to any of the like docking bay hangar things. It's just floating in place.
Nobody moved it from the printer either.
No. It
No.
moved itself. And
It was laying down on the printer, camera panned away, camera panned back. It's floating over in the corner. What the fuck?
It's floating in the closest hangar spot to the Balor.
And you guys are pretty much full up on hangar slots now. It's a little bit easier seeing as how at least one of them is one half. They can actually just keep it in their quarters if they really needed to.
Yeah.
But
The size ones
believe,
can't exactly walk around.
Yeah. Well, they can. It's big enough. Your ship is big enough for that. Stop opening up another CompCon. I only need
the size
one.
2s are the ones that are restricted.
Yeah. The size 2s are restricted to hangar bay, which I believe.
Out of curiosity, William, how do you think the Balor reacts to the Lich being next to it?
They're both Horus tech. They don't give a shit.
I know, but like I feel like even amongst Horus tech, the Lich is like.
So actually, two of them are one halves.
In the D&D party, it's like asking, "What does the paladin think of the wizard?" Like,
yeah, but the wizard's a necromancer.
Exactly.
the paladin's a conqueror.
There you go. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. After a while, Diamir alerts Valkyrie and Oni and Sparky. Yeah, no. Diamir alerts you all that there are subsonic frequencies between the Lich and the Balor.
They're talking. At which point, Verity would come over the intercom, would come over the comm link, going, "It's nothing to worry about."
And Diamir immediately system return to the Lich.
Verity basically hangs out inside the Lich.
Yeah. But, all right. Yeah. So you guys are.
And he's not the only NHP in that mech.
I think you guys. In that mech.
Yeah, no, there are 2 NHPs in the Lich.
Okay, so that's 2 there, 1 in the ship, 1 in Sparky's. Yeah.
Is Sparky's Enlightenment class? Yeah, in Sparky's is Enlightenment class now.
Sparky doesn't have Technophile 3 yet.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So not quite an NHP yet.
No, still an NHP.
Yeah, no,
it's just an Enlightenment class just does more. Can benefit from your talents if it's driving. You can take them with you. Doesn't count towards the number of AIs you install.
It also prevents any other NHPs from unshackling.
Only at level 3.
Yeah, that's the Enlightenment one. Yeah.
Yeah, Sparky's right now is still just a student.
Okay.
So capable of independent thought, can make complex decisions and judgments, and act independently without instruction.
Yeah, it's level 1 that they can't. Correct.
Yeah, level 1 is basically just a Comic-Con that costs 0 SP.
That's all right. There is not yet a second NH. There will. That's right. I forgot. Reborn's at LL2. So at LL3,
there's still only 1.
At LL3, there will be 2 NHPs inside the Lich.
But all right, yeah, you guys are able to, after a few days, make it to the edge of the Vanima system. Able to be able to find a spot, a few larger asteroids you're able to hang out by, kind of match their velocity, and then land on to mask your presence as debris.
And we'll let Valkyrie take the kids out to play.
Let's see how they do.
Yeah. Go ahead and let's see.
Leader inspire, I guess.
Yeah.
Just to get a read on them. 19.
19. All right. It takes the better part of the first day when you land. But by the end of the day, you're able to. Which ones are you taking out? Or are you going to go through all of them?
I'll eventually go through all of them, so it'll take most of the day.
Yeah. So let's see. You probably have them split up into teams. Or how are you doing this?
Yeah, probably split them up into teams, see how they can work with each other after a round or two, switch the teams up, see how they work with each other again, especially if they just had to fight each other, see if they can get over that. And generally see how the better members of the group, the more experienced ones, see how they can teach them the less experienced ones if they can.
In mech or out of mech?
Both. We'll do some like general physical exercises for a bit, and then after everybody's gotten warmed up, get in the mechs and see how they can hit the ropes.
Okay. So yeah, you print
would,
training rounds.
Astra would ask to accompany Valkyrie to observe.
All right. You can
go ahead.
Tell Mimir that he's going to give you some access, and you can use my cameras if you want to. He's only a CompCon.
Be that as it may, he is a CompCon inside of a Balor.
That's fair.
I will exercise caution.
Good idea.
Don't want to ride along with Verity.
Like, talking to Mimir is bad enough.
Verity sentient.
It's you had the wrong vocal effect there, Cody. It's the
good idea.
Yeah.
Not everyone has the cool mic, William.
You know how badly I want to get that specifically for this type of shit. Just have the Balor laugh like a baby. That's not off-putting at all.
It's disturbing.
Exactly.
What we know of the Balor.
Anyways,
Pineapple.
takes you the better part of the day, but you're able to get them to work in fairly cohesive units. They're still pretty new to working as part of a team, except for Digby and Ornella, the priest and the assassins. Also, Umbra are the quickest ones to adjust, which kind of makes sense based on their backgrounds. But other than that, you have the beginnings of what seems to be, or what promises to be, a fairly effective team.
Are the veterans doing a half decent job of teaching the newbies how to handle things?
Yeah, when one of the newbies gets their ass kicked, they're not like, that's what you get. You know, you got to watch out for that. It's like, all right, well, here you go. This is all right. Here, I'll show you how I'll show you what to do when somebody does something like that. How to reverse that.
And you can definitely tell that at least in Reborn's case that he is particularly good at giving direction. He has the empath talent, so he has the precognizance ability.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then go ahead and make another roll for the mech fighting.
Of course.
Or mech training.
Of course, when he does that in the Lich, it's creepier. It's like...
Still a pass.
10, yeah. It takes a little bit longer, but you have to remind them of spacing because you're in giant fucking mech suits.
Yeah.
So you don't want
You are about 7 times as wide as you think you are.
Yeah. At first, they are standing a little close and they're clunking into each other when they're trying to do certain maneuvers or formations, and you having to remind them to no. You literally step between them with the Balor, and just like a couple of them, you just push to the side, and there's just trenches now on the surface of the asteroid.
I imagine like the nanoswarm just like drawing lines between all the mechs.
Yeah, with the Valor, just like, here's your grid.
Yep. And Envoy is helping as well, using the was it the Ferris lash?
Just yanks the guy.
Yep.
You over that way.
That is how you block.
I feel like Maw is watching from the ship in a lawn chair inside Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. She's on top of the ship inside Baba Yaga on a lawn chair.
Yeah.
Eating popcorn, watching all
With
the
her feet
newbies
up.
get their ass kicked. Yeah.
With her feet up. I've got this on like
Slippers.
I've got this on like a second screen while I'm sitting by the communications center waiting for a call.
Yeah, every couple or throughout the day, every once in a while, you'll hear Ma message you, since she knows that you have it up. She'll be like, "Oni, look," and then right as soon as, or she'll say, "Oni, watch this," and as some scene, as one of the drills is unfolding out, you see either a newbie get their ass kicked and like their mech flipped in a big cloud of dust, and then all right, there's a teachable moment, or you actually see one of the newbies get one up on one of the veterans. So that's always fun throughout the day.
Yeah.
All right.
I imagine there's one point where Maul checks in on Sparky and figures that Astra's watching, so is undoubtedly relaying things to Sparky. She's like, "Hey, you want to place a bet on this one?" And Sparky's just like, "Maul, I'm working."
Astra, no, regardless.
Astra, please do not gamble on my behalf. Can't believe I have to say this.
Astra tells you the odds of you winning or losing said bet based on past
performance with these guys over there training.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Astra, please do not reduce the recruits to statistics. I can't believe I have to specify this.
It's an NHP. You always have to specify that.
Yeah, of course.
Everything is statistics.
But regardless, you're able to get them into
fighting shape.
Yeah, fighting shape for the most part. You're guiding them towards their roles. Like they had an idea of what their mech would be suited for, and you're more along the lines of, showing them how to be aware on a battlefield.
Considering this is literally what I used to do.
Yeah. And towards the end, Envoy will actually message you and say, at some point we gotta not so much live fire, but we do gotta put them through an actual fight scenario.
Oh, definitely.
Probably against us.
Probably. That's like, again, Scottish. Stop being Valdeth. You are Valkyrie. What it is today, but I can't not be Valdeth. Definitely, at some point, we'll have to give them a real taste of danger.
The chainsaws on Yuki rev up for no apparent reason.
Sekhmet is awake.
Oh,
go back to sleep.
Sekhmet's not installed.
You say that, and we have Horrorstick on board that could probably do that.
Yeah. Verity got lonely, seeing as how Diamir won't talk to them.
Oh
Astra's
Verity
here.
will keep talking to Diamir. It doesn't matter if Diamir responds.
Yeah. But yeah. Towards the end of you finish up the first day, and you end up getting everything loaded back up on the ship. And as you guys are gathering around for dinner, Diamir alerts you that there is an incoming missive from the Andaran military.
I will route audio through intercom speakers so everyone's aware of what's going on, and I will answer the call.
All right.
Yellow.
Oh, DRSMC, this is an aid to, as I brain fart.
Consul Calvin Stragus.
Yeah, the Consul Calvin Stragus. I couldn't remember what his title was right off the top of my head.
Oh, we are loitering 200 AUs outside the system, waiting for the go-ahead.
Should be ready within the next few days. The fleet is amassed. What fleet we have available is amassed outside Andaran space and has already left.
What have I just done?
You have reduced yourself to a picture-in-picture of a no-source selected image.
How did I do that?
I don't know. And then you enlarged
there we
and
are.
reduced
Fix.
yourself again. Hey!
Okay. Everything is fine. Nothing is ruined. We're all fine here now. Thank
This
you.
is why
How
you
are
don't mess with Horus Tech.
I think that was just me
No, it's all good.
learning things about my camera software.
Oh, if the extra recruit that was out of system, by the way, had not shown up by then, I would have given them the coordinates to meet us in this AU.
Yeah, they didn't show up by the time you left, but you had the general coordinates for where you guys were going to be landing, or at least exiting light space. So, fuck off, Windows. I'm not even connected to a fucking fax machine.
The hilarious thing is their mech is spaceborne, so they can just take a light speed slug and just drift the rest of the way.
Fucking Windows. Anyways, yeah. So you do get a response, or not a response. You get a message from an unknown sender that they will meet you at the current coordinates that you provided them. They should be there within a few days. But the aide for Stragus says are the biggest mass of the ships have already left and are en route. There are a handful of other ships that are on their way, leaving from other locations. ready to rendezvous with you at your or at the predetermined coordinates. Brain fart.
Has anything changed as far as our standing orders, or are we still assaulting the command carrier once the fleet arrives?
As far as Consul has relayed to me, no orders have changed. If any new information arises in the meantime, you will be alerted. And stop opening that. You'll be alerted, and contingencies will be run past you.
All right. Well, we're fully stocked, expecting 1 or 2 more passengers, and we'll be good to go when y'all get here.
He did want me to inquire how successful was your recruiting endeavors?
Well, our hangar's full up. We're gonna have to make some extra room when our latecomers get here, if that gives you an idea.
That's good news. Are they all Lancers?
No. One of them is. I don't know about the other 2 that are coming, but
All right.
we've got a
I
crew.
will.
The rest are going along well with their training and have high quality mechs for the most part. Considering I think there's 1 tier 1 mech in our roster, the rest are all tier 2 and 3.
Yeah, I think no. The Pyro is actually a tier 1 as well.
Okay, so there's 2 tier 1 mechs, and the rest are tier 2 and 3.
There's 2 noobs. But yeah. All right, confirmed. I will relay that information to Consul Stragus. Safe journeys out there. Stay out of sight.
Oh yeah, we're well out of the system, so.
Yes, but we have been seeing patrols of fighter ships.
The Emir, keep our systems dark as often as you can.
Noted. Whole ship shuts off. No, I'm just kidding.
Everyone dies.
Vent air, correct. No.
We're loitering in an asteroid cluster right now, so we'll make sure to keep an eye out.
All right. And if you happen to glean any new information while you're in the system as well, please don't hesitate to share.
Will do.
All right. Andaran out.
Bye, Frost out.
Well, everybody, I know you all heard that lovely conversation, so plan continues as previously stated. Keep your training up, keep your eyes open. Once that army gets here, we're going to hit the command carrier as hard as we can.
And for those of you who are wondering, this will be a specific insertion. We're going to be raiding them and taking out their bridge and leaving. We don't have to take on the entire complement of that ship. We just have to make it stop functioning.
Jitters comes on over the intercom. So wait, are we going on the ship, or are we going to be outside the ship, or in the ship?
Valkyrie, Sparky, Maw, and myself are going to be inserting. The rest of you are going to be defending this ship and this position, so we have a home to come back to.
Sweet. Then his comms go quiet.
And Diamir will be handling the steering.
Let's see.
Anybody in the crew a technophobe?
No, not technophobe, but yeah, I'm gonna assume that you guys. I was just gonna say, have one of them go. Who's Diamir? But I'm assuming that in your tour,
oh yeah, no, I would have
you introduced Diamir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if anyone wasn't paying attention, Mole would have just been like, "Oh, don't worry about it, pumpkin."
I like the idea that because you can't really get away from technology in this setting, technophobe refers less to someone who is like hates technology in general and is just someone who's racist to NHPs.
Very specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. And I think that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
All right. Well, in that case, we'll see y'all next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.